Welcome to Upturned Table. I'm Jeremy, and today we are playing Session 7 of John Carter, Adventures on the Dying World of Barsoom. So this is our 7th session, and we are the players with me are Matt and Will.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello. Session 7. That's quite a few.
Yeah, we've gotten through. Yeah, so it's interesting. The some sessions, like, a lot has happened, and then some sessions are just kind of like, gathering gathering resources and focusing on a single thing. So there's been a lot of variety. And so that means this week there'll be even more. We're kind of changing. This will be a big change of pace because of what you were tasked to do. So let's do a little bit of a recap so we can get back up to speed. And at the end of the last session, or I'm sorry, the beginning of the last session, we had a little bit of a retcon because the previous session, so session 5, ended with a big, airship, over where you were hiding out and announcing further crimes that you were being accused of. But we kind of rewound that a little bit to give you some time to do stuff at night. So you had a night to do something before that happened in the morning. So hopefully I can sort that out in the editing. It will. The actual play won't be confusing. I can just cut things out and move them around. So, recap for Session 6. So, while securing the printing device, Tirol the son of Nalan Tir, had found out that the Eidolon had re-entered the ancient city of Korvas, and using explosives secured the ancient data from the archives, so they now have a matching copy of what Nalan Tir is decoding. And must have paid a king's ransom for a radium torch that allowed them to operate the consoles.
That Matt just gave away to Street Tough.
Yeah, right.
You mean our loyal ally?
Right.
Yeah, I just have Matt's guy written down next to his name here. I don't.
Vorn.
Yes, Vorn. Yes.
He's
yes,
our bro.
And then you were confronted by a mysterious cloaked figure who turned out to be a Holy Thern. Joran Tai was a white Martian that was seeking allies in his fight against the Eidolon. So the Eidolon, he explained, were a breakoff group of the Holy Thern that were seeking dominance over Barsoom with some kind of mind control scheme. And so he offered assistance, and the first thing that he provided for you was a group of mercenaries to help you raid the Eidolon encampment near the ruins of Korvas. You didn't find anything there except some Blue Gibbons, and returned to the Ka Zara, the Black Hole tavern. And at that time, I guess, and there was also a conversation. I think I'm missing a conversation between Van Klümt and Nalan Tir about the danger of this of the information that he has, and once he's secured everything he needs for his research, that it should probably be destroyed.
Yeah.
So that was good. And so in the morning, you are rudely awakened by a airship, and Gell Moran arrives aboard it and announces new charges against you. Not only the kidnapping and not only kidnapping of both the Okar woman and Nalan Tir the scientist, but also the death of an entire garrison of Helium Red Guard. And Danar, the tavern keeper, shows you tunnels that lead outside outside the walls of Helium, but also into a network below the city, below Lesser Helium, that would lead to the palace. So you use the Red Martian mercenaries to cause a distraction as they flee into the city, keeping the airship and its flyers busy as you flee into the tunnels. And Vorn, did he navigate? Who navigated in the tunnels? I think he had some experience.
I think we relied on Ton.
Yeah, it was Ton.
Okay, so he helped you because of his experience with illegal dealings in the city. He helped you navigate and got you through the tunnels. You had a confrontation with some of the Red Guard, but were able to overcome them and any of the doors that were barring your way. So you headed towards the palace to bring Nalan Tir to the Science Ministry and hopefully an audience with Jed Mor Kajak. So after killing the pursuing guards and going through a couple of secured doors, you gained access to the palace. Disguising yourself as a party that was accompanying Nalan Tir, you were able to meet with Zir Korval, the Science Minister, who arranged an audience for you tomorrow with the Jed. Fearing that would give the Eidolon too much time, you took a more direct route, bypassed several palace guard checkpoints, but were unfortunately stopped right at the doors of the audience chamber. So Za Goren called to the Jed and then resorted to physically bursting through the doors. So the Jed and his court were in shock, and among them were Gell Moran. But the convincing words led the Jed to give you an opportunity to clear your names. So he presented you with a task to prove your loyalty to Helium because of the charges against you, and you detected from kind of how he was explaining things that he wasn't convinced, and that his recently appointed new advisor seemed to be the one that was heavily promoting these criminal charges, this growing list of criminal charges against you, and the Jed didn't seem convinced. And von Klümt bounded to the Jed's throne and revealing himself to be Jarsumian. And at that point, the Jed asks him for an additional task to confirm a rumor that his advisor Gell Moran had met with a Thern in the palace just prior to the death of his previous advisor, Relan Ban. There were 5 witnesses to this meeting, and 3 of them are now dead. So while this was happening, Gell Moran fled from the chambers without notice. And the captain of the Helium Guard presented you with the known information about the surviving witnesses to this meeting and the massacre of the Red Guard garrison the previous night. So there we are. So at the point where you need to travel around Barsoom to put together as much as you can as far as witnesses or physical evidence to clear your name and prove yourself to the Jed, and that will also help him maybe free himself of this this Eidolon compromised advisor of his that he may suspect. And you have a pretty good idea too that this guy's not on the up and up.
He might be bad news.
Right. So after the captain of the guard verbally presents you with what is known, you're given a map and appointed an airship. So you will have, and it looks almost identical to the one that was confronting you at Ka Zara, a large helium airship. So it's not a gunship. It's more for political visits and something an ambassador or someone would use. But it is marked very heavily for Helium, for the city state of Helium. So you'll be identified as Helium, and Helium pretty much does dominate kind of airship technology. They have the largest fleet, the strongest military. And after their war with Zidanga, the Zidanga definitely became second place, and so there is still some animosity between that. So you'll have to be, and Za Goren would be aware of this. You'll have to be a little bit careful, boldly visiting cities as representatives of Helium. Some will embrace you, and that will be an advantage to you, and some will be very concerned what your presence means.
Hmm.
So an important question.
Yes.
Does the airship have enough space for Sashi?
Oh, sure. Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's definitely large enough. Yeah, you'll be able to take a group of men. So you can take either palace guards, or if you want to contact the mercenaries that you were using before. So anybody that you want. So you'll be given a pilot, and you can basically request anybody that you would like to accompany you. I mean, short of the Jed himself, but yeah, if there's anyone that you're interested in.
Will there be just whatever their standard crew is?
Yeah, it'll be a basic crew and a pilot, so you won't have to worry about flying the ship, and it'll be reliable transportation, basically wherever you want to go. But you can also, as far as and it's kind of important to decide, if you want to be representing Helium and use actual Helium guard, or kind of if you want to appear more neutral and use mercenaries. You'll be putting different messages out, with either.
Here's a suggestion, Za. What if we did a little column A and a little column B, so we're ready for whichever place we go, like a contingent of guards and some of Vorn's ruffian friends.
That could work. I have a quick friend I've made here recently. He may have other companions that are looking for work that we can hire on too.
Oh, right.
Cool. Could you give me the names of the past and current advisor, and maybe revisit the timeline on what happened to the previous advisor?
Sure. Yeah, just a week prior, basically, the previous advisor to the Jed, Relan Ban, Relan Ban, was just found murdered in the palace. And there were 5 witnesses that came forward to the Jed and said that they saw the new advisor, Gell Moran, Gellmoran, conferring with a Thern spy just previous to this. So it was actually a gold-masked, Eidolon Thern. And
okay.
So 5 of those 5 witnessed that meeting. 3 were killed. The survivors have fled Helium, and you have information which they've marked on the map, information about where those 2 witnesses have fled. And there was also a Kopor Ru. So I won't go through that. There's 3 witnesses. They're on the map, and one of the witnesses to another one of your supposed crimes was he knows the identity of the killers of the garrison, and he also took with him from that scene a shield from the captain of the garrison, Tars Kara, that had distinctive notching on the shield. So you may be able to use that to identify or give you some clues to who was involved.
And he ran to Hastur.
Yes. Right. Yeah. So we have, as marked on the map, Kopor Ru was the one that saw the killer of the garrison. He's in Hastur. The one of the 2 witnesses, Max Dorsum, is in Tarth, and Cal Thoris is in Zor. So both of them are witnesses to the meeting, and the other, the one in Hastur, is a witness to the massacre at the garrison, and that just happened the previous night. Conveniently, when you were out exploring the Eidolon encampment, that happened.
I'm sorry, what was the part about the notch shield again?
Oh, and so the witness in Hastur took with him a shield from the captain at the garrison who was killed, and there were distinctive. It said that there were distinctive notching from the attack on the shield, so you may be able to recognize a distinctive weapon or something used in the attack that will give you clues to who actually committed it.
Okay. Well, I'm very sorry, but I have to do a quick bio break.
Sure.
Right back.
It's always good before you get. Okay. It's always good before you get on an airship to empty the bladder.
Yeah, right. Those airship masters are terrible.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna go
I
grab.
can't even imagine.
I'm gonna go grab my delivery. So this is good timing.
Perfect.
All right, I'm back.
Right.
Is that map from the game?
Yes. Yeah, this is the Modiphius, the official Modiphius. It's actually the end papers of the book, and then they give you a PDF. I think you can buy a big paper version too, like an A1 or A2 paper version. Yeah, so I wish they had done like a giant cloth version or something, because this part of the adventure would be really fun to like have a whole table filled with it that we could play on.
Very sandboxy. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they did a pretty good job with this. I've seen other people try to do maps, and they end up really dark and muddy looking. So this ends up, you can read pretty well, like, you know, where water is and what things that aren't sand are. And I like very much too how you can see the dried up oceans. Like you can see the ocean bed, you can see where the continents used to be. Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
how where the oceans are just gone.
Is this completely just they did it, or is it based on actual John Carter maps?
Yeah, I think it's based on actual boroughs, and it was approved. Yeah, it was approved by the estate. So yeah, I think it was done. Yeah, because if you search it online, there's a few people that have tried to do other versions of it. And I just like the aesthetic. You know, they have that kind of Barsoomian decorative aesthetic going on throughout. It works pretty well.
So last week I was on the coast, you know, for a big chunk of the week.
Oh yeah,
and I went to San Luis. There's a place there, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's kind of a legendary comic / game / vinyl shop called Captain Nemo's.
Oh yeah, I have. Oh, that's cool.
And they're a great place to go if you just want to look at old board games that nobody thinks about anymore. Because they never like liquidate their stock, you know.
Right.
They either sell it or they don't.
I love places like that, yeah.
Yeah, and so they had this big box set from Modiphius of a city supplement they did for their Conan game.
Wow.
And it's nice. It's chunky. You know, it's about a probably 3-inch thick box.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looked so cool. I was so close to buying it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, Matt? You never played Conan. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
They had a huge old Mantic box set that I like. You know, it's that big sort of like Space Hulk size box.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But it was like $140.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for Mantic. Like older Mantic plastic is so bad. It's like just a step above board game plastic.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I just like bumming around in there.
Oh yeah, I love stores where you can actually find things and it's not all bought up and put on internet auction and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think though the shops though have been influenced because they do price their things based on auction sites and online stores. So you don't get good prices anymore, but you can still find rare stuff.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of knows it's easy to search prices of things now. So no good deals to be had.
Their 5th edition was only an end cap, which made me so happy.
Wow, that's great.
Like they had a whole, I don't know how long those shelves are, but they must be like 20 feet long, maybe, of various role-playing games and supplements, right? But then the end cap was 5th edition, so it's like, oh, that's nice.
yeah, definitely. That's very cool. Wow. Yeah, the Yellow Submarine is the only kind of Japanese store that carries, at least in Osaka, that carries RPGs. And sometimes they have some pretty remarkable stuff, but it's all like old Japanese translations and stuff, like, old traveler supplements and stuff in Japanese. But it's really funny, like what was popular here. It's very random.
Traveler and Cthulhu?
Yeah, basically. And there's some military games, and then of course there's a lot of mech games. They've done like a Votums and a Gundam, RPGs and stuff. So there's some random odd stuff.
How do they approach like World War II era stuff in their gaming? Do they avoid it like kind of like the Germans, or do they?
Yeah, I'm trying to think in gaming. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any of the because I know like in a lot of games involving Germany, they just said, "Oh, yeah, Hitler died really early, so these aren't Nazis; they're just Germany." Like Dust did that, and a lot of games do that, where it's like, "Oh yeah, the Nazi regime collapsed, but Germany kept fighting." But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how Japan does it. In Japan, though, is it's just kind of a blank in their history books, so not a lot of people know about like the atrocities in China and Korea. That's not very commonplace, and there's more focus on poor us, 2 atomic bombs and peace. We need peace and we never have war again. But then there are war fetishists. There are people, because I even found in the convenience store some old those foam kind of put together flyers, like airplane flyers from World War II, and they had everything. Yeah. They had the whole range of American, German, British, and Japanese planes, and so they had old Zeros and everything. There was some really cool, really cool designs. So I think the technology, they still fetishize the technology, and like the battleship Yamato is still this like ideal. But it's more abstracted and kind of removed from historical context, more of just like a technology fetish. But I haven't seen any of the texts of any of the games or the like settings, how they handle any war stuff. And it's not very common. I don't think stuff set in that era is very common here. There's no Japanese produced World War II anything, but there's things that reference it, anime and stuff that reference it.
Maybe that's part of why Cthulhu is popular, is because it kind of predates the stuff you don't want to think about. No,
that's probably true. Is that it's set before? Yeah, it's set in a time when Japan kicked Russia's ass, and
we just finished wiping the floor with Russia. We're pretty cool.
Right. It's so funny that
I'm back. Just so I don't know if I'm talking, my mic was on or not. I'm back.
Well,
keep going.
Cool. It's so funny though that the Japan's playbook has just been destroy everyone's ship while they're they're in port and hope for the best. They did that to Russia, then they did that to all the in Southeast Asia, all the European presidents, and then they did it in Pearl Harbor. Let's just hope that this keeps everyone from attacking us.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And
yeah, right.
It wasn't broke for a while, and then it broke.
Yeah, we went to the Hornet Museum in Alameda,
Oh,
which
wow.
is, you know, the USS Hornet aircraft carrier.
Mhm.
It's the second Hornet. My grandfather was on the first Hornet that got attacked by the Japanese and had to be scuttled.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he was transferred to the Wasp, which sunk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's a two-timer, or was a two-timer.
Wow. That's crazy.
But the Hornet we went to, the one they have as a museum, was put into service like a year after the first Hornet was scuttled.
Hmm.
So it's a little bigger, but very similar. And it was really a trip to walk around on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine like seeing like what quarters consisted of and what like, people's battle stations and everything were, like where they would be in certain situations. Not as crazy as submarines, but still, yeah, battleships. Yeah.
You got to see like those kind of classic World War II ship, like 2-barreled anti-aircraft machine guns,
Yeah.
And I can remember my grandfather, he didn't like talking about the war, but when he would, he did one time tell me, because he was just a grunt, swabby kind of sailor,
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, yeah, I had to hand the ammunition to the guy who loaded that thing.
Oh man.
Like, oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, my mother's father that was in the Pacific, he didn't say a word. He didn't talk at all about anything, but he came back. He was a radio operator and I don't know if he was on bombers or what, he was on planes and was terrified of flying after the war.
Oh yeah.
So he started taking flying lessons to try to overcome the kind of phobia, and eventually did. He got his pilot's license, and
that's actually really cool.
Yeah. So I was surprised, and I had no idea. When I was a little kid, he just always had a plane and would fly us and always take us up in his airplane. Like, wow, I guess he was a pilot in the war. No, he was a terrified radio operator.
He was afraid of planes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, my grandfather refused to fly.
Yeah, I can imagine. After, seeing stuff, especially if you're on battleships and stuff, I've seen that stuff drop into the ocean. It's like, no.
Yeah.
They come out of the sky pretty easy.
Yeah, the first one was scuttled, so they just got off on lifeboats or whatever.
Wow.
But when the Wasp was sunk, he had to be pulled out of the water by like native guys.
Wow.
Like fishermen.
Yeah.
And like they were pumping people's stomachs because they'd taken in the diesel water,
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, that's really crazy. Oh,
sorry,
man.
Sorry. Tangent.
Pacific. There's too much fun stuff to talk about Pacific War. There was some podcast I was listening to about the Fuzzy Wuzzies, the natives kind of in the smaller Pacific islands and stuff that assisted Australian and American soldiers, and they were such insanely good fighters that they would just tell them, "There's Japanese over there. Can you go get them?" And they would just come back with like a net full of heads. Just they just had they didn't have guns. Yeah. They just had like knives and spears, and just would like sneak up on these soldiers. And
wow,
it's a crazy
fuzzy.
Yeah, because they had kind of nappy hair. They kind of had of course the Australians had to give them some stupid nickname.
Of course, the Australian nothing. You ever watch Australian television? Everything gets turned into a nickname.
Oh no, I can't imagine.
They slangify everything. Is hilarious. Yeah. Slangify. That's my new word.
Nice.
Okay,
he just slangified it.
Yeah, he's slangified. All right. Okay, so so let's decide kind of how you want to equip the ship and who you want to take with you. If you want to, if you think Nalan Tir will be useful or too fragile, and then any of your allies. So anybody that's one of your allies, you can automatically call for assistance on this, or assistance that they would be able to provide. So like the Thark Green Martian that Za, could actually help you assemble, a group of mercenaries if you wanted Green Martians with you, or Town Vorn can help you if you want some thieves, and then you also have the group of mercenaries that the Thern provided you with, led by Delvox. Yeah. 12, yeah, 12
I'm kind of
mercenaries.
against the Delvox stuff. I feel like the Thern are trouble, and they're associated with all this stuff.
Mm.
I don't know. That's just my thought. What do you think, Matt?
I agree. I'm getting like Illuminati vibes from those guys, and if we're gonna go with like at least part of our contingent being military, I think it should just be the guard.
Okay.
And I'll reach out to Khan Gazar, which is the Thark, and see if I can get a band of them together, and we'll be like
nice.
How good, like, there's like a permanent renown spend versus a temporary renown spend, right?
Yes. Yeah, so the unspent renown kind of works as built-in momentum, so you can use that in a session and it'll be back next session. If you spend it to create a connection, to create a person, what's the name? Goddamn.
Contact or whatever it's called?
An ally, yeah. To create an ally. If you create an ally with renown, then they always exist. I have to do some crazy spend to kill them or make them, send them off world or whatever to make them unreachable. So they're kind of like your equipment. You're kind of guaranteed to always have access to them.
But that would be like permanently spending a renown.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So temporary just means, in the city you can create something like whatever you would have access to in Helium. You can spend unspent renowned to temporarily, get them for this mission, get them for this session.
Can I use a renown in that way to get Ton Vorn's people on board?
Oh, sure. Yeah. If you wanted the
bars now, that was his boss.
Well, you made. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you made him. Oh, that's right. But you made him an ally, right? Yeah, you spent.
I made Ton Vorn an ally.
Yeah, Ton Vorn an ally. So he would have access to. No, you don't have to spend anything. You can just reach out to him, and he'll bring whatever resources he's capable of. So if you had like a Jed or something that you paid renown for, that was permanently there, he could access airships and soldiers and stuff. And in this situation, by this Jed, you're kind of being given a free access to his resources. That's why you have an airship and a crew. So you don't need to spend anything if you wanted access to the group that Ton Vorn, the yellow and red Martians that loot the rich residences of Lesser Helium.
And then Za, you did the same thing with your Thark friend?
Yeah, with Gazar, I got him and hopefully some of his fellow mercs to come along with us.
Yeah, I would ask that favor of Ton Vorn then.
Okay.
Just a small group of your most trusted rogue buddies.
All right.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Are we thinking, like, we don't know exactly, we're just going from city to city trying to run these people down and trying to find Gell, basically, right?
We're trying to find evidence, right?
Yeah, you just find the evidence. So you want to either secure these witnesses to return. What the Jed is asking is physical evidence or firsthand witnesses. So he would want one of these people that have witnessed these events to come and be willing to testify in front of him, not testify to tell what they know in front of the Jed himself. He wants direct eyewitness accounts or physical evidence to eliminate all of and already just by the existence of Nalan Tir willingly in your company, those charges have already been eliminated.
You kidnapped him. He's like, no, they didn't. Yes, they did. Okay.
What is Gell Moran's status? I feel like I asked him to watch out for him or put him on house arrest or something, but I don't.
Yeah. He fled. I did that the threat spend to just have him disappear, but he hasn't lost his status or his position in court. And it's basically up to the results of this gathering of evidence whether or not he's going to be found to be a traitor, found to be captured or taken under the influence of the Eidolon, or if he's actually just very paranoid and overreaching in his new position as advisor to protect the Jed, or if he's actually involved with the Eidolon conspiracy.
Then it seems like we want to go light then, right? Like, we don't want to try to pull in a bunch of, like, a handful of green Martians is probably all we need to deal with. Like, we're not planning on fronting a war or doing like that. So I think less of us so we can move quickly and sneak around seems better, right?
Well, yes and no, because I was also thinking it depends on the relationship of the place we're at to Helium. So I was kind of thinking, well, one way we might want to go stealthy, and one way we might want to show up and say, "Hey, we're from Helium,"
Gotcha.
Situational. That's why I was thinking just like a multicultural crew that we can just dial up the right people for the right mission, kind of thing.
So like a contingent of the Royal Guard, some of the Green Martians if we need to go in someplace that they're not welcome, and then
and then if we're trying to be stealthy or whisper mongering kind of thing, we got these thief guys with
it. Okay, so how would how about 6 of each? So 6 Red Guard, 6 of the Green Martian mercenaries, and 6 of the thieves.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So that'll give you
great.
some.
And one just to be in.
Yeah, right. And then you'll have. So you have your thought. You can actually take your thought. So you can explore in or outside the cities. You'll have a lot more mobility that way. Being
are the other city. Green Martians bringing thoughts? That could get messy.
I don't think that they're like Beastmasters like I am. So no, I think they're more like guys who have sunken knuckles and punch people in the face. I don't think that they're
okay.
Like, I mean, he's a bodyguard, so I think that, like, with that in mind, like, it's probably just a bunch of toughs, basically. Guys who are going to be getting a scrap, but aren't.
Those guys are for when the 12-armed purple monkey shows up.
You're right.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. So, and is there anybody else from among your allies? The son, like Nalan Tir's son, so Tirol, or so Vorn will be part of that group then, the group of the 6.
Sure.
So he'll be with you.
So
and Ka Zara as well will be a part of that 6.
Makes sense.
And then
do we feel, Za, what do you think, Za? Do we feel like Nalan Tir is safe while we're gone and that guy is just running around who knows what?
Well, at this point, I feel like we could release him to the Jed's like custody almost, right? To like protect.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like, oh, you didn't kidnap him and he said you did. We're like, yeah, we think he's in danger. I would think that we could convince him to, like, at least put a guard or something with him to keep him from being messed with. Maybe not.
No,
I don't think he should come with us. I don't feel like we're after information. I feel like he's not someone that we should be putting in danger outside of his home.
Maybe whoever we speak to get this small contingent of guards, we can just sort of pass along a message that, hey, just please relate to the Jed that we are hoping he will keep a close eye on Nalan Tir for his safety.
Okay. All right. And the guards explained to you while the ship is being appointed and everything. Guards explained to you that he's actually going to be secured within the Ministry of Science. The science minister knows of the importance of his research. So he's going to be secured within the palace. So he'll be safe while you're traveling.
And his son's fixing doors or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All the doors you guys have broken are being,
the same door 4 times. It's fine.
No, didn't you break a door in the palace?
I broke a sewer door. That's completely different.
No,
it's more of a big metal
hatch
gate thing. Yeah, there you go. It's a hatch. That's not a door.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I think we're all set. So I don't have a great kind of token for the airship, so it's not going to exactly point at where you are because the scale of the map, some of the cities are pretty close together. But we can kind of generally do things. So basically, you have the freedom to go anywhere. And we'll kind of do this more abstractly, like Blade Runner. Like you have a day you can reach almost anywhere in Barsoom on this airship. They're quite capable, and then do what you need to do in the city. But to kind of move things along. Oh, and we need to do luck as well. But to move things along, every day that you spend investigating, I get a threat. So there's like plus 1 threat every day, depending on.
Okay.
So just so don't not too big a sightseers.
So I feel like writing down Koper Ra is the most direct.
It is, but I think before we finalize that decision, maybe we could ask our crew of various assorted folks to give us a little political rundown of Hastor, Zor, and Tarth, and so we can get a sense of who we're dealing with.
Sure. Yeah, and they'll also know, apart from the cities, they'll also know some things that they've heard, kind of word on the street that they've heard within Helium. So there's some more information that may be interesting. So why don't we do some rolls for that, just so you can start generating some momentum.
Cool.
Oh, and your track, all of your tracks, your stress tracks are completely empty now. Yeah, we're kind of restarting. Yeah, restarting the next day.
I was at 8 out of 8. I was redlining there. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we have any new luck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. In doing the threat. Yeah, so let's do.
Assuming our momentum cleared from last time, right? That's
yes. Yeah. To the beginning of the session. Yeah, you're at 0, but we'll start rolling, so you'll have some. So. Let's do 2 luck each. So plus 2 luck each, because you had good plans for trying to pursue Skoma as quickly as possible, and lucked out. Amazing navigation of the tunnels, and I can't believe you made it into the city and then almost just blasted right into the audience chamber.
If I was an assassin, I could have killed that Jed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just jumped right in his lap, almost. So, what are your luck totals now?
That puts me at 3.
2? Okay.
2 for me.
Okay. All right. So I'll start with 5 threat. Wow, I can't imagine like a 5-player session like that. I would start out with like 15 threat. That's insane. Immediately. But an entire fleet.
They would be mowing down the maze.
Yeah. I would just send endless reinforcement waves, and it's lots of stuff. Okay. So you're free to go, and we'll kind of figure out. So things that are close by aren't obviously going to take a day. So all of these closer cities, and even Tarth, is well within reach. Oh, but first, that's right. First, we want to talk to the crews. So you have like the group of thieves, the Green Martian mercenaries, and then the Red Guard. So who? And let's see what roles.
And also the pilot, I'm hoping maybe knows.
Oh yes, yeah. The airship pilot and crew as well. That's right. Yeah, you have a.
In Za Goren, you kind of travel around, right?
Yeah, but I more travel around the wilds than the. I'm a shepherd by trade.
All right, so
just
empathy.
Humble little shepherd.
A humble shepherd of the Green Martian flocks. So empathy and reason rolls, and just based on how successful you are, that'll determine what kind of information. So just let me know who you want to talk to, and then give an empathy reason roll.
Well, I guess I'll go with I'll go with my guy. I'll go with what's his name? Khan.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And basically, I know they're all Red Martian, but I'm wondering which ones are most accepting of us. Because since he's a bodyguard, maybe he's had to travel between cities, or he may know where like we can just walk in, maybe separate from the rest of them, and be accepted or not accepted.
Right. Okay.
Are we both rolling, or is he taking the point on this?
Oh yeah. You can both decide who you want to talk to and do a roll, and then that'll be separate information. So you both can generate some momentum, like on the flight.
I'm gonna talk. At first, I want to talk to the pilot.
Okay.
I figure he's been around.
Yeah. Right.
And try to get his information, since he's involved, I guess, with the government and what have you. Maybe more of the political and social structure in these other places, Hastor, Zor, and Tarth.
Okay. All right.
You go first, Za.
Oh. I got no successes.
Oh no. Do you want to push your roll?
Sure, I'll push that roll.
Oh no, I'm sorry. We're not doing
We
this.
That's not how this works.
That's not how this works. Sorry.
I don't have any momentum. I'm about to use luck. We're good. I'm
That's
like,
right.
yeah, can I push? Okay.
That's right. Yeah. So no momentum, no luck. But you can give me a threat if you want to. Want an instant momentum?
No, that's all right. I like the idea that maybe Khan really is just like a lesser Helium man and doesn't.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know. I stand in front of shops all day. I don't know what's going on anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, so basically, yeah, he's he acknowledges he's seen the gold masks in Lesser Helium and doesn't know what they're up to. But yeah, their presence is felt, and some of his comrades have said in other cities where they've worked that this influence is all over Barsoom. In every city that he knows of, there is an Eidolon presence of some level. Yeah. Some amount of Eidolon presence. So yeah, it's slowly spreading. So you get that sense. That's a freebie.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm talking to pilot. Rolling 12s. Let's see.
Ooh.
Oh, that was almost a complication. Whew. So that is what, one normal success and then a double, so 3.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. So you just need the one. So bank those 2 momentum, right. And the pilot. Yeah, he's flown airships between all of the cities, mostly between what is the protectorate of Helium. So basically, all the red Martian cities. So Hastur, Zor, and Zidanga are all under the protection of Helium, of the Air Navy, the air fleets, and protection of Helium. He knows. Let's see. He knows that there have been reports within the Helium Navy of infiltration of Eidolon agents among some of the guards. It's possible that there have been have been infiltrations, and Eidolon agents have infiltrated. And let's see.
Any sense of like the political leanings of the leaders of these towns? Like they're
all very loyal. Both Hastur and Zor are incredibly loyal to Helium. The Jeds of those cities are constantly providing assistance and rely heavily on the trade that comes through Helium for and these are much smaller cities than even Lesser Helium. They are quite small. Nothing really out of the ordinary, except for they know that there is some minor infiltration. So you'll be well received in all of these cities, but less so in Zidanga. So there's still, even though we're almost, we're getting close to a generation away from this, but there was, of course, the wars between Helium and Zidanga. So some people still hold some animosity between them. If you, the pilot recommends that if you do actually express discontent or being allied against Mor Kajak, you may actually be better received in Zidanga, because they are a protectorate, but they are very unhappy about the situation.
How about Tarth?
And Tarth, the last news that the pilot has heard from Tarth is that Thuvan Dean, the Jed of the city, survived an assassination attempt. So he may be difficult to reach because the last that he heard is that he is in hiding with a handful of his loyal guards and nobles in the city, and that it appears that Tarth is gearing up for war against another Martian city. That's the sense that he's gotten just from the activity. He doesn't know the details, but there's been a lot of military activity in Tarth.
So is Tarth like another large red Martian city that's not under the sway of Helium? Or?
Yeah, it's not completely. It's not kind of in that protectorate group. Of course, that all of the cities pledge loyalty to Helium, and he is this Jed, even though enduring this assassination attempt, doesn't assume Helium is involved and may have some ideas, but who he sees as the threat. But yeah, no, Tarth is very very loyal to Helium, but isn't. They have their economy and everything is not so reliant on, and they haven't had any previous wars in the past, so there's no animosity with the city directly. But yes. Oh wait. So let me. Yeah, do that. So yeah, he's wounded. I'll mark him with red, so you know that. Yeah, he's got some a little bit of a strange condition. So meeting with him may be difficult, but you would definitely be supported by his by anyone around him. Any of his guard or anyone still in court would receive you. So basically, all the immediate, except for Zidonga, all the immediate Red Martian cities would receive you well. You'd have an advantage in Zidonga if you didn't come in praising the Jed, and that you were doing his business.
Okay.
Anything else? Yeah.
In that case, like once we're kind of wrapped our mission briefing, I'm gonna try to get Za Goren away from everyone and talk.
Okay.
Well, I didn't learn anything from the pilot that would contradict your suggestion of going to Hastor. How about you?
No, the other Thark don't know anything about Hastor, other than they say they've seen Eidolon there. Well, Eidolon everywhere.
Yeah, heard that too.
So
some have infiltrated the military. Worries me.
So I'm thinking we fly in and you drop us off outside of the range of the city, and we walk in, me and my companions, and that way we won't be associated with Helium or anything else. Maybe we'll go underneath their radar as we try to seek them out.
Okay. We should agree on a place to meet.
Okay. Does Khan know of a bar somewhere in Hastor that we can all meet at?
Oh, sure. Yeah, they're mercenaries all kind of have their little network. Yeah, the I get to think of a better name here. Let's see. Yeah, there is a place, a tavern where the mercenaries gain work and just kind of fraternize. Talardine is the what Khan knows of that he said might be a good resource for access to the city and keep you protected. There won't be city guard or anything near there. It's very very safe.
I think that's probably where we'll operate out of, and you can check in with us there. You may be able to go through more public channels?
Yes, I'm going to start with that, and then if it doesn't work, we release the thieves.
All right.
So
Excellent.
this Coper, is it Coper Rue? Coper, what's his name?
Oh,
That's good,
the yes, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
What is it?
Ra is fine.
Ra?
Copa Ra.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the
What?
he's the one that actually one of the survivors of the Garrison massacre, and he's the one, yeah, with the shield.
What was his function? Like, what did he do at the?
Oh, he was just a soldier at the garrison, so he's just a red guard.
Okay.
And he was overheard from what the captain told you in the palace. He was overheard while drinking of seeing the killers, and talked about the shield that he escaped with.
Okay. All right. Well, then I think we're going to Hastor.
All right. Okay, so let's move this giant airship down here.
I love that
All
airship. Looks like it should be on the cover of a Yes album.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I tried to come up with some outline that would make it stand out from the map, but I don't think I chose very well. All right. Okay, so yeah, you are so the so Za and the Kungazar mercenaries are gonna be dropped outside the city, and they're gonna enter. Okay.
We'll walk in and probably head straight for what do you call it? Tal Ardeen?
Sorry, Talardine. Yeah, Talardine. The tavern, the Merc Tavern in the western side of the city.
I'm going to make sure everyone on the ship is briefed on that place, and that is our emergency meetup place.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask Vorn to keep his boys below deck until I take a contingent off the ship, and then if he could try to stealthily enter the city, that would be great.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do we land at like a public place?
Yeah,
or-
if you're showing the colors of Helium on one of the official airships, you'll be welcome to land at any of the landing pads near the palace. Like you could go directly. You could be directly received there without suspicion, and of course the captain knows how to give the credentials and how to indicate that you're on a kind of a diplomatic mission.
Excellent.
All right. Okay. So yeah. So all that happens, and do you take your thoat, or do you disembark with your thoat, Za?
Yes, yeah.
Or-
I think
okay,
that's what
okay.
it is. My plan is to come in looking like we're a mercenary company,
Okay.
and then try to through back channels see if we can figure out if what's his face guy, I can't remember his name. If
A couple.
Ra
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
if he's been looking for protection, or if anyone's put out a contract on him or anything like that. Like that's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay. All right. And what about Von Klümt? What will you? What's
What?
going to be your approach? So yeah, I know the thieves. Yeah, the thieves are going to remain kind of hidden, and then they're going to secretly disembark.
I'm going
Yes.
to personally take the guard out with me
Okay.
once we land, but I'm going to be very aloof and expect to be received as an official and go at it that way.
Okay. Great. All right. So who should we start with? So
Go get him, Luke.
Lukas.
All right. Okay, so so the airship lands, and you depart with the contingent of the Red Guard, and are received by a small party from Hastor. And you can see immediately, just on your approach to the city, it's much more humble of a city. It's not so magnificent compared to the what you've seen in Helium.
Oh, incidentally, I am in
yes.
no way attempting to look like a guard anymore. I'm just.
Oh, right. Okay.
I am a weird Jasumian.
Okay. All right. So they're very curious about your presence. So you are received and escorted into an audience chamber and these tiny you're received by the Jed of the city, and it's actually Jed is a little bit of a extreme title, for him. When you only have possession of one small city and it's not part of a protectorate or kingdom, Jed is a bit of an exaggeration. But Nalan Tir is the ruler here, and he's quite meek and kind of knows his place. He's obviously a loyal tool of Helium, and is very enthusiastically receiving you, but also a little bit surprised to see a Jarsumian among you.
That's good that he's meek, because my haughty to a fault flaw is not going to allow me to be nice to him at all.
That's right. Okay. So,
what was his name again?
Nalan Tir, Malanza.
Say that one more time. Your mic.
Oh, sorry, I'm breaking up.
Metallic on me.
Sure. Nalan Tir, Malanza. Separate in 2 words.
Okay.
Nalan Tir, the Jed of Hastur. So, welcome, fine delegation from Helium. What business brings you to our fair city?
Von Klümt will stand up ramrod straight and give him just the hint of a nod.
Okay.
We come on behalf of the Jed of Lesser Helium, right? Am I saying that wrong?
Yeah,
I'm saying
you're perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes.
We are on a mission to recover a witness to a crime, a former guardsman named Kopor Ruh.
Yes. We received him. We received him, and he asked for our assistance. And then, shortly after coming to our city, he just disappeared. We offered him a place to stay safely in our palace, and he wasn't where we thought he would be, and had kind of just disappeared off into our city. I assume he, if you don't mind my saying, he appeared a little intoxicated on arrival, and my guess was, and I have some confirmation from some of my guard, that he's been frequenting some of the drinking establishments in our city, and telling his story of the garrison attacks. We offered him protection, but he seemed to prefer his drink and storytelling. So I'm sorry that I'm not able to give you an exact location, but he has. I can confirm that he has been here.
Von Klümt is really wishing he had a monocle right now. Put his arms behind his back, fold his hands together, and sort of walk around, looking around, not actually looking at him while he's talking. So you're saying a drunken soldier, absent from his post, was offered protection by you?
Yes, we were under the we assumed from the events that had happened in Lesser Helium that he was on some sort of authority of the Jed to seek asylum with us, that his life was in danger. At least that's somewhat how he explained it to us, that he was to be offered special treatment by order of the Jed Mor Kajak, and that we should extend him every courtesy, which of course we did, and then he simply deserted his quarters.
Okay, so that causes Von Klümt to stop his pacing and turn. Did he carry any orders or physical proof of that, of what he told you?
No, there was no documentation, nothing signed by the Jed, but he did show us his captain's shield as proof of his experiences, a quite damaged shield from a ranking Helium captain, which he said perished in the massacre.
Von Klümt is really having trouble because he's been told that these people can't really lie to each other.
Right.
He's trying to get a sense of what's going on right now.
Yes.
Would you be so kind as to provide us with a list of possible taverns, inns, what have you, that he may have frequented, so that we might look for him?
Yes, I can have that prepared for you. It's mostly the western side of our city that where most of the residents drink. Sure. So he provides you with that list. So you have like half a dozen places, but it doesn't appear that the Talardin is on that list. So it may be not well known.
Okay.
Well known to the Jed.
My crew will need food and water. I'm going to take my men into the town. I will do my best not to create a scene.
Very well. Yes. Any assistance that we can provide. I'm sorry that we don't have the person that you're seeking, and that I can't provide you with any information aside from the list of these taverns. But yes, we'll do anything that Helium asks of us.
Perhaps you could send runners to let your guards know of our presence so that they don't react hostilely while we investigate.
Yes. Of course, yes. All of our guards will be informed that there is an official investigation from Helium. And as an aside, you would have paperwork from the Jed to legitimize yourself. So you probably would have presented that already. So he Malanza completely sees this and does seem a little bit embarrassed after seeing your documentation that he didn't ask for anything from Kapoor.
Excellent.
Yes, but you have official.
Well, thank you. Your Jed thanks you, and hopefully this will be resolved and we'll be out of your city in a short time.
I wish you luck on the investigation. I hope whoever did this to Fair Helium is brought to justice.
Excellent. And we'll march out of the palace.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you've got a list of the taverns. So that'll cut down the footwork. You can probably just send somebody to each one and
right.
figure. Yeah. So and we can shortcut some of this as well to kind of get you to where you want to go. Get you to who you want to see. So you don't have to play so much cat and mouse in the cities, especially as something small and as cooperative as Haster. It's a very easy process. So
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
As a Jasumian, right? I can kind of lie to these folks without it coming across.
Right.
Do I gain the benefit of being able to tell when they're lying to me, or is that strictly a Barsoomian thing?
You would. Yeah, you would, because it's telepathic. Yeah, you would be able to tell when someone is being deceptive to you, unless, because we do have spy masters and trained people. So there are people that are trained to there would be people that can conceal their intent or conceal their thoughts from you, but for the most part, you are able to conceal your intentions and motives, but nobody else is. So you can tell if someone is lying to you.
Okay.
But they would be the few people, and maybe somebody like Skoma would be capable of concealing her actual intent. She's as a trained spy master.
So then I'm gonna take the guard and march to the our meeting tavern.
Okay.
Hoping
all right.
Ton Varn will be there at some point.
Yes. So they'll make their way through the city and right. And I'll kind of converge on the Talardine. Okay, good. Let's jump to Za and Za entering the city with his contingent of green mercenaries. So, is there anything specific you want to do? Do you just want to head to the tavern, or is there anything along the way?
I think because all these guys are bodyguards and mercenary types, I think what I want to do is just have us kind of fan out and ask around to see if there's any like hunting contracts, basically for Ruh, and see if like because he's hiding, so maybe someone is actively looking for him.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, very good.
That's why you're the shepherd.
Very good. All right. Why don't you roll for gathering information again? So this will just be a roll, and this will, be for everybody in your group. So empathy and reason to see what people can come up with.
Okay, empathy and reason. Here I go.
I'm gonna step away real quick, guys.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Let's see if I can do. Okay. I got us 2 successes.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good. Okay, so 2 successes. So yeah, you just needed the one. So bank that momentum.
Banked.
And so you find out that there were strangely Thern contracts. There were Eidolon spread some money around in the small town, and
specifically we think it's the Eidolon, not the Holy Thern.
Oh yeah, not the Holy Thern. Yeah, they are Thern. They're white Martian, but they are not the. They left. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, just Eidolon. So definitely gold masked Eidolon have spread some money around seeking Kopor Ra.
Is there like a contract, or are they just asking around like we're asking around?
No, it is actually a contract. Yeah, you've seen a contract for a significant amount of money. So it seems they want him. They want him dead or in their hands as quickly as possible. So it seems pretty serious from what you can gather.
Then maybe as a cover, maybe we can kind of spread the word that this group of green Martians is on it, and if they run across anyone else searching him too, that they'll have to contend with us. Like try to scare people off of the.
Nice. Okay.
Like, kind of let it know. I don't know. We don't have a group name or anything, but kind of let it know. Like the seven Martians or green Martians are on it, and they don't take kindly to competition.
Excellent. Okay. Great.
And maybe a lot of yelling at people and threatening people on the street.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. All right. Yeah. So that word goes out. So amongst everyone that you inquired about contracts, you're spreading the word that you're taking that over, and you'll be finishing that contract in the city. Yeah, that's great. All right.
And then, I guess at that point, then we start actually actively trying to run him down. So, I don't really have any. any knowledge of what's going on with him. So I'll I don't know where he hangs out or anything. Does the stuff mention anything, or is it just the name and we're supposed to figure stuff out from there?
Yeah. The contract initially said that he was supposed to be secured in the palace at Hastur, but has but that's not true. So the original contract was for the Red Martian seeking asylum in the palace of the city.
Okay. Then I think I'll hang back because I know that at some point Lukas is going to show back up. I'll hang at the tavern and I'll send the other guys out just as like doing their thing, trying to run him down, basically.
Okay. All right.
What I missed? Did you solve everything?
Yeah. We're back. Turns out everything is cool. We're level 20 and
and we're on Jasum somehow.
Yep.
Yeah, Will's been pushing those rolls, so we did well.
He gave him a dump truck full of threat, and we're on it.
Yeah, he is at 107 threat, but I figured it all out.
Nice. All right. Okay, so and you've sent Lukas has sent people to visit all of these taverns looking for
Yeah, my hope is to have
signs.
Ton Vorn and his men do that.
Okay, right.
If I can link up with him somehow.
Sure. Yeah.
It'll be fun because my guys are probably going to have to fakely rough up your guys to keep our. That's awesome.
That's hilarious. It's just so they don't do it for real.
Well, they make it a little excited, but
nice. Yeah, you've got to come up with some secret hand signals or something to remind each other. No, we're in this together.
That's so fair. They have more hands.
Yeah.
That's right. Nobody else is able to
show us all 4 hand signals at once. You can't do it. You're against us.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, then I'll just wait for him to show up.
Okay. All right. So the and actually while they're out, a few of the Green Martians have conferred with the thieves, the Helium thieves, and so they've shared information, so they know they have the list of the tavern. So cooperatively, they've visited all of these taverns and every known location.
Oh wow!
So yeah, you don't have to. We won't have to do these one by one or check anything off the list. And let's see. Why don't we?
Can I mention one slight paranoia thing for Lukas?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna, during the walk or the time in the tavern, he is gonna try to use his eye for danger talent.
Okay.
To try to determine if any of his guardsmen are concealing weapons that wouldn't be the normal.
Right. Oh, very cool. Okay. Yeah, let me double check, because you get, is that a spend or is that a kind of an automatic?
Yeah, it's when looking at another character.
Okay.
You may ask the narrator if a particular character is armed, even if they don't appear to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Clearly they're armed because they're guardsmen. I'm just hoping to identify if they have concealed weapons, which would be, I assume, uncharacteristic for them.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. So among the group that are accompanying you, the Red Guard that accompanied you into the palace, you don't see any unusual weapons. They seem to be only equipped with what the guards would have, and nothing concealed. Yeah, that worked. That's great.
Good.
Yes. So your Red Guards look clean. Yeah. As far as they're not concealing any poison daggers or anything. So yeah, you're safe to rely on them for the time being. Let's see. So, well, how do we want to
I assume Lukas eventually shows up at the bar.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So all of you converge at Talardin and are soon met by members of the group, and all indicating that we've had some success. So one of the Green Martians, that Kangazar organized, carries in and drops on the table that you are seated at a red Martian, a very intoxicated red Martian, clutching a decorative captain's guard shield.
Oh, they nabbed him already?
Yes.
Oh.
So they drop a.
I don't know if you're aware of this, so I'll explain to you, Lucas, that it does seem that the Eidolon had paid for people to try to assassinate this guy.
Really?
So I sent my guys out and put word on the street that we've taken over the contract, and if anyone else tries to take him out, we'll be upset.
Oh.
So we've been
Excellent.
running around. That's why I thought that your guys asking around maybe my guys have push some muscle around to show that they're serious.
You're the enforcers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the Green Martians, had a pretty big effect in this city, and scared everybody off, and you were very easily able to corner Kapoor, and so now you have a very drunken red Martian, clutching a gold shield on the table in front of you.
I'll pry the shield out of his hand if I can.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you definitely would be stronger than him, but he's as you pull away, he's kind of swinging his arms in the air, and to try to get it back, he doesn't really. He sees several versions of a Green Martian that took several shields from him, so he's not quite sure where he should be reaching to get it back.
Seeing Green Martians, it almost seems like some kind of cliche way to say someone's drunk anyway.
Right. Yes. So he starts kind of slurring and howling. Give me that back. Give me that back. That's all I've got. That's all I have to prove.
Hold it yourself. I'll put 3 hands on him and then hold the shield up with my 4th to look at it.
Oh, nice. All right.
Is there something in your world for sobering a man up?
Hold him by the legs and shake. Makes all the blood run straight to the brain and wakes them up.
I always preferred Turkish coffee. Let's sit down. Is it Kopor? May I call you Kopor?
Yes.
We are here as representatives of your beloved Jed to talk to you.
The Jed sent you?
Mor Kajak. That is his name, right? That's
yes.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Wow, I'm honored. Can I? Would you gentlemen buy me a drink and we can talk about this?
We need you to sober up. Sit down.
Yeah. Drinks will be for later. Right now, I need you to tell us everything you saw at the massacre before you fled.
Oh, the garrison. I've been telling this story all night. So what happened was, it's just a regular night, and everyone is at their stations, and nothing is nothing is out of the ordinary, and they're coming from coming from it looks like out of the Helium forest was these flyers. So this group of flyers was on us before we knew what had happened, right out of the forest, and immediately started to engage our garrison. They looked as if they were just a expeditionary team from Helium. So we didn't immediately react, but soon they were upon us, and the strength of these there were gold masks, and there were very unusual weapons and unusual strength, and we were quickly overwhelmed. The leader of this whole band looked to be a yellow Martian woman, and with her was she was accompanied by a red Martian woman that both that led this attack, and the yellow Martian was quite skilled with a sword and was able to defeat our captain. And once the captain went down, I was out of there. I grabbed the shield that he had dropped and fled. And as far as I know, is what everyone's telling me, I'm the only survivor.
And did their craft bear any identification, any markings that you could identify them by?
We assumed they were from Helium. The flyers themselves had all of the markings and appeared to be just a standard expeditionary team. Our initial assumption was they were shooting white apes in the forest.
No wonder the white apes don't like you. You just go in the forest and shoot them? I look at Za. What do you think?
I think we take him back and give him to the Jed.
Yeah, I think based on what you learned about people hunting him and the fact that he's been blabbing around town like a drunken sot, we might need to leave this town immediately.
How? So, where this bar is at, compared to like the capital building where their flyers at, I assume it's like across town.
Yeah. This would be kind of on the far western side of the city where all the bars are. It's not a huge city, but yeah, you're pretty far away from the palace.
So I know that the contract was that he was at the capital. I don't know if marching him back that way, now that we've made such a show, would make a lot of sense. Maybe
we could send Ton to get the ship moved to the gates or something.
Or
Or you would have left. Yeah, you could send someone. Yeah, just to so probably the crew stayed aboard the ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very simple to just send someone to bring the airship back to your location, or outside of the city if you just want to meet outside of the city gates.
All right. Yeah, let's send one of the guard back to get the ship to meet us outside the city gates, and we.
Yeah. How many of these green Martians do you have?
There's 7 of us in total, 6 plus me.
So yeah, we'll send the entire Helium guard back to the ship and have them tell the pilot that we need them to, I guess, meet us right outside the nearest gate to the tavern.
Okay.
And then should we wait before we move?
Yeah, I think so. It feels like we'd be safer here. I mean, this is a place full of mercs, right? So, or in general, it's a bunch of guys. So, like, I don't think that they're gonna that anyone's gonna act here.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Ton. I'm gonna ask Ton to take his people and sort of clandestinely survey the gate area.
Oh, okay. Good.
And then wait and meet up with us when we start boarding.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So they do that. They kind of do a little advanced team surveillance, make sure the coast is clear. And Kopor Ra, he says, "So you're taking me back to Helium? Are you sure that's a good idea?"
Well, if everything you told us is true and accurate, it'll be for your benefit. So I hope you have your story straight.
Yeah, but those gold masks, they're everywhere, and I don't feel safe. I fled the Hastur Palace because of it. I don't feel safe around all of these gold masks.
Right. And when we get you safely in front of the Jed to explain what happened, your safety and security should be assured. It's the in-between time you should worry about.
Once you tell him, he'll chase all the gold masks out of the city.
All right then. So drinks for everybody.
Nope. Bread and water for this man.
All right.
Fill his belly with bread.
Kapor looks very disappointed. All right. Okay, so yeah, you're able to safely, without any anyone intervening in any of your movement, the airship gets out of the city, and you're able to meet it safely. And even, let me see, do you have...
I had this whole plan for you to dress up as him and then me climb up on Sashi and have a
right?
I nice.
Know. I was getting serious end of 310 to Yuma vibes right now. We got to get this guy out of this town.
All right. Yeah, so he has you have so now you have the shield, and you have Kapur, so you have an eyewitness account of the perpetrators of the garrison, and it was a yellow Martian and a yellow and red Martian woman that led a group of kind of highly powered gold masks to perpetrate.
Does the shield actually? I assume we're handing this in too, but does it? It just looks like a beat up shield, right? Like it doesn't really. Like, it doesn't imply like a special weapon.
Well, yeah, no, the markings on the shield, you can see that it has very distinctive notches, and him explaining that he saw a yellow woman would also lead you to believe that it was not Red Martian weapons that were used in the attack, and some of the markings look very unusual, so it may be worth presenting in Helium to help reinforce his story.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Goma, aka I forgot her other name.
All right, the lady, yes, the Lady Dalvora. Yes,
she kind of like ninja dusted away at one point too, right?
Yeah, from what they knew in Helium, the delegate from Okar had returned back to the north. Yeah, so she's as far as they know, she's back at the back in the north.
We never recovered Tira now, right?
No.
Right. Yeah.
So
we last saw her running back into Korvas.
I don't think it's a huge stretch to assume those two are the ones who led that attack, right? Za?
Well, definitely Skolma. I don't know if that child, I keep referring to her as a child.
Well, because they said it was wasn't they say it was a yellow Martian and a red Martian that led it?
That's true. That just seems like she's turned quite aggressively. I wonder if there is something to be said of mind control or something going on. I can't imagine someone like Nalan Tir raising someone and having her in his life all this time, and then suddenly she becomes a violent, aggressive person. I don't know.
Yeah, well, mind control, either technologically or the power of a cult, can be quite persuasive in some cases.
I know the lies that cults and religions can tell.
Agreed. All right, so we're going directly back to the Jed. Does that sound right?
Yes, I don't think we want to take this guy anywhere else.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Maybe we'll pass the shield around all the the green Martians and the palace guards, since they're all military folk, and see if any of them are like, "Oh, that looks like a such and such did that," or something.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
an
good.
Okar tri-blade saber, something like that.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Yeah, and that's without having to roll or anything, because of your allies, that's exactly the response that you get. They're very surprised to see, because even the Okar that are working as mercenaries outside of the city don't have these elite weapons, and so this was obviously done by a very specific type of Okar sword. They could just tell by the patterns how the cuts were made into the shield itself. So yeah, it is definitely proof of an Okar weapon not accessible outside of that kingdom, being used against the garrison.
Excellent.
And are the Okar? I see these yellow cities in the North Pole. Is that the Okar?
Yes. Yeah, they have a. They're kind of because of the attacks and things throughout history. They've isolated themselves, and the only access directly into kind of their protected. And the cities are in domes because, of course, they're in the frozen north, so they live in domed cities, and yeah, so they're quite remote. So the let's see. Right. So yeah, they're quite isolated. So their involvement or how infiltrated they would be is a big mystery, big question mark for you at this point. And it wouldn't be impossible, but it wouldn't be the easiest thing in the world to visit there. But you could.
I don't want to go there.
You could, if you wanted. You have an airship and a crew. All right. So head back. Let's do this. If you want to return him and have him kind of safely held in lesser helium. I guess we can just do this piece at a time. The way they kind of present it is that it's it's kind of a big trial where evidence is presented, but we can do it piece at a time. If you want to return him just for the safety and securing his testimony.
Yeah, I mean, if we just start collecting all these people on the ship, then that's more
right.
It's more at risk when we are attacked,
Right. Yeah, somebody spends a huge amount of threat, and everybody is
yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right. So you return, so we'll move his little.
Or at the very least, bring him back and put him under the Jed's protection directly.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then we can still do if he wants to do all the evidence at once or whatever. At least we're here's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff.
Let's do that. Yeah.
We'll let him know we have the shield. Tell him what everyone told us about the shield.
Okay.
let him know he's going to testify. We believe it supports our claims. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Okay, good. Yeah, so they secure Kopor and the shield, and they say, please return when you can fully clear your name, and we want to present we want a grand public presentation of all of this evidence and testimony, so that all of Helium knows of your loyalty. So yes, please return to us as soon as you can with more proof. And so we'll make that a day. Then we'll make that a whole day that has passed. So,
oh man, when we walk away from that meeting, Von Klümt is just telling us all of politics is theater.
Yes, very nice. Exactly. Yeah, the Jed wants to make a big. If he's going to denounce his advisor, he wants to make it a public spectacle.
Yes, I feel that man's testimony alone should both clear our name and put Gale up as a traitor.
I know. I almost want to just be like case closed, but the Jed wants what the Jed wants.
Yes, yeah. He does. So after you presented proof that you weren't involved in the garrison massacre, immediately he moves on to wanting proof of this meeting between his advisor and the Thern, or the Eidolon the Thern. So,
and both of these other two witnesses were witnesses to that.
Yes, the two remaining of the five. Yeah, so someone has actively within Lesser Helium has actively started eliminating.
So I have a note here that it was that they saw a meeting between Gell and Holy Thern. I was thinking it's the Eidolon that he was meeting.
Yes, it was actually an Eidolon. Sorry if I called it.
Right. This is from 2 weeks ago, so who knows why I wrote that down. You're good.
It was an Eidolon. Okay.
Yeah. It was definitely an Eidolon, and that was the big concern, because the Jed is feeling this growing infiltration and influence.
So do we take the longer trip, Za, now to the east, or the quicker trip to the south?
I don't know, as if both of these witnesses saw the same thing.
Right. It sounds like Zor is going to be pretty friendly towards us the way Hastor was, so maybe we should get the questionable one out of the way first.
Sure, and probably the person going there would be under less protection, possibly.
Yes, possibly. And if this Jed is like hiding, fearing for his life, he's probably not running his town very well.
Right.
All right, I think we're going to Tarth.
Darth.
All right. Okay, that works.
Did you notice he raised his threat?
Yes.
I was zoomed into my. Oh.
So we're at 6. Yeah, 6 threat.
I have a pitch on what we can do here. Same idea as last time, except for obviously the government is in shambles right now. So we come in as mercenaries looking for a job to hunt this guy down.
Okay.
And maybe you come in on the ship not flying Helium colors as a group of people also doing kind of the same thing. Or hunting him down to kill him or to protect him, or maybe coming at it from a different angle. But I feel like
basically all pose as bounty hunters.
All pose as bounty hunters.
That's reasonable.
And if we see each other on the street, we slap at each other.
Okay. And maybe we'll have tauns. Is it easy to have the guardsmen with us not look like overtly like the Jed's guardsmen?
Sure. Yeah, if you wanted them to remove some of the emblems and kind of things from their harnesses, you probably could get away with making them blend in a little bit more.
Okay. Well, then I think we'll do that. Follow Zaw's suggestion, and then maybe we'll have Vorn and his people infiltrate and act as sort of information feeders for both of our groups.
Okay.
Mm.
That works.
Sounds good.
All right. So let me just...
On my world, we call this combined arms.
Here, I think we just call it practical.
Fair.
I don't know.
All right.
So yeah, drop us off around a hill around front so they can't see us. We'll come riding in again.
Yeah, we'll also drop off Ton's people at a different location.
Oh yeah. Does anyone know of a... Hey Con, do you know of another bar here? Or another good mercenary location here?
All right. Yeah. So, they, of course, Khan Gazar has, he's familiar with all the mercenary watering holes. This one is just called Zorn, and in Tarth we meet and get work at Zorn, a filthy hole in the wall that is very friendly to mercenaries.
Excellent.
So I'm going to brief the ship. Is it a captain or is it just a pilot?
Oh, just a pilot, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to brief him. I'm going to treat him like he's a captain.
Mm-hmm.
Let him know this is more of a clandestine operation. That's why we're pulling down the colors.
Okay.
And we're going to need to land at a less obvious landing area. If there's like a public landing area we can go to that's not near a palace or anything.
Yeah. So if you take down the colors, you can just land at one of the trading landing pads or where any visitor from the city would go.
And I'm going to leave 2 of the palace guardsmen with him to defend the ship. Hopefully that doesn't come to that.
Okay.
And then also make sure they all know about this tavern that the rest of us know about.
Yes. Okay, great.
And do I know? I'll note down whatever the landing pad is that they're planning on.
Oh, yeah.
I'll remember the landing pad, so if I need to run them down a different way, I can.
Docking Bay 18.
Yeah.
Right.
Watch out for guys in like black robes with the long snouts and a little radio.
Yeah, right. Then just speak gibberish into a tiny. All right. Okay. Great. So you're able to just at the public landing pads, you're able to bring your ship in without notice. You've taken down the helium colors, and you see people come and go. Ships come and go from the city, so you kind of blend in with just the regular commerce and travel of the city. But on your way in, you do notice. So Tarth is a pretty major city. Nothing like the Twin Cities of Helium, but it is pretty remarkable in its size and scale. And you notice that there does seem to be Zorn seems to. It's very possible that Zorn may be one of the only businesses open. Most of the businesses and trade that you would normally see going on look a little bit abandoned, and that you see a lot of actually military airships being appointed, and there are flyers and soldiers actually among the on the city streets. So the city does look like it's actually preparing for war. There is a less everyday activity in the city and much more military activity. So you don't see the grand airships of Helium, but there are some heavy gunships and things that are being readied within the city.
Wow. I'll try to make, when we land the ship then, when I come out, I'll try to approach, I guess, whoever, if there's someone who kind of oversees the shipyard, and question them about the goings on.
Right. So yeah, you hear he's kind of surprised that haven't you heard? Don't you know the treacherous our once ally city of Kaul is infiltrated by some sort of fanatic threat. They attempted to kill our Jed. Thuvendin is now in hiding for security, and we're preparing our soldiers and ships for a full invasion of this treacherous cowl. They used to be one of our greatest trading partners, but after this unspeakable act, we can no longer trust them, and we don't understand any of their motives.
What set this off? What created this clash? This
assassination attempt. We had no idea they would even try something like this. So obviously, Kulan Teeth, their Jed, has been corrupted by this cult. This threat that we hear more and more of, these Eidolon. Obviously, they're moving against us, and they've enlisted our former ally in this endeavor.
The Eidolon. I'm familiar with fighting them. Perhaps we can help your Jed. We're currently fulfilling a bounty hunting contract that might in some way be related to this matter. We seek someone named Max Dorsum.
All right. Why don't you give me a what is it? Empathy and reason roll? Yeah, empathy and reason, and see if.
I'm gonna go ahead and juice this one up with a luck, because I feel like it.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm rolling 12. Let's see here. That is okay. So the luck counts as 2, right?
Yeah, luck is automatic too.
So I killed it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So you just needed the 1, and you've got now you've got 4. Those 4 momentum, and actually take away 1. I guess because we changed scenes basically by moving to the next city. Sorry. Take away 1 from the previous pool, and then add those 4.
No problem.
Dang. So the I know that a refugee from Helium was received here just prior to the assassination attempt. I know that a Red Martian of Helium was received at the palace in Tarth, but I'm not sure. I don't know if that is his name. But you would be it would be good for you to inquire at the palace, because I do know that they had received someone escaping from some sort of threat in Helium.
Excellent. That may be our man. I'm going to look at the pilot, who I'm going to just kind of call him. Von Klümpt's just going to call him Captain, because he thinks every ship should have a captain.
Okay.
Captain, we're gonna make our way into the city. Give this man a coin or something. I don't understand your money.
All right. So the pilot is a little confused, but from his own money, he thanks the soldier that you talked to who was preparing for the and he salutes he salutes the pilot and off you go.
What is this new bar called?
Zorn. Zorn. Yes. One of those real hip places with just one word names.
Excellent. Wasn't that a video game in the 80s?
Yeah, probably.
Sounds right.
Oh, I'm thinking Zork. Never mind.
That's what I was thinking you meant too. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
That's it. All right.
Yeah, and then we're going to make our way to Zorn.
Okay. So you're all meeting up. All right. So all of you mercenaries. And as you make your way there, you see that a lot of the other taverns and things are just closed up. They know that during this war preparation, there's no business to be had. So they are closed up and probably, dedicating themselves to in the preparations. So things are quite abandoned, quite quiet, except for the preparation by the military.
Hmm.
All right.
See, if they hired more mercenaries, they would keep the tavern business going.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's the mercenaries that are the backbone of any good tavern. All right. Yeah. So Zorn is a dark, pretty filthy. A filthy bar, but and you see the typical mix of different types of Martians.
Are there yellow Martians?
Oh, there is a you see one. Yeah, you do notice there is a yellow Martian there, which is not uncommon. They usually, because of their reputation as great swordsmen.
Okay. Do we recognize any other people in the tavern?
Yeah, has Za made it? Yeah, there isn't anybody. Maybe from your group. Yeah, so has Za made it to Zorn?
Yeah, I think that's where we would head to first. I think we're going to play almost the same playbook that we had the last time. We're going to We're going to come in saying we have a contract for Dorsum, and then threaten any other group or organization or person that wants to get in our way. And then proceed to look for him after that.
Okay. Good.
Lots of bravado.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, let's see. The mercenaries in this bar are a little bit surprised because when you inquire about a contract on a Red Martian, they haven't heard of anything. So they did hear talk of someone from Helium being secured in the palace, but there hasn't been word spread amongst the city of him being sought for any sort of reward.
Crap. Now I started that rumor. Okay.
Right. So they're looking at you a little suspiciously. So they're like, "This is you must have a network connection that we don't have. This contract isn't known to us, but I see that you've already claimed it. So of course, it's obviously it's yours." And they So the word in the tavern is hands off. Hands off. This group of green Martians is handling this situation.
So the local scuttlebug is that this Martian's still at like the Capitol building or the
yes, yeah,
palace?
That no one as far as they haven't heard anything about anyone leaving or any any more attention. But there is rumor that there was some sort of refugee of Helium that sought protection in Tarth.
Are we? So we're all there together.
Yeah,
Well, we're all here. We might not be together.
Well, so when I see him, I'm gonna get a drink and kind of do my best to roughen up my posture and voice. And is that Za Goren, the son of an ape?
I'm taken aback. I don't know exactly how to do this, so I'll just kind of turn around and I guess grimace at him because I don't know. What's he doing?
I'm gonna wave you. I'm gonna wave you over to the bar. Tell your monsters to sit down. Let's come over here and talk business.
Okay, monsters, sit down.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink. I know your band can't afford them.
All right. Very awkwardly, like was feeling really slick and smooth a second ago by saying that we're here on a contract, and like that was my big lie. And then
Right.
now I'm like, oh, this is far more acting than I'm prepared for. Okay, I'll come over and
It's amateur theater. Let's do it.
yeah.
All right. Well, when you come over, I'll just sort of try to talk to you in more hushed tones, and maybe we can exchange what we've learned. I think our cover story, while effective, is maybe not the best match for the current situation in this city.
Yes, it seems like there isn't a contract known in this city. Dorsum isn't hunted, at least not the same way.
These people are about to march to war, and by the looks of it, they're taking the whole bloody town with them. So if our man is in the palace, which I think he may be, now I'm starting to think we might need to go back to telling them who we really are.
But it worked last time.
Right, but if we just go as mercenaries, the next thing you know, we're fighting a war we don't want to fight in a forest on the other side of the planet, and that's not what I signed.
Did you find out who they're going up against?
The city of Cowl in the forest that's covered by a guy.
Yeah, wait, it's the Cowlin Forest.
Yeah,
Cowlin Forest.
Callian Forest. There you go.
Do I know of Cowl? Like, I mean, I probably heard the city, but like,
Oh yeah, you definitely would have just a basic knowledge, and that and you would know that Tarth and Cowl have been trading partners for a long time. They're not in the protectorate of Helium, but they're allies. They're strong allies.
I've been given the impression that the Callians have turned on Tarth largely because of some sort of Eidolon. So this Eidolon rot goes deep.
maybe after we clear our name in Helium, we clear the Eidolon out of Cowl.
Perhaps. But first things first, if you want to maintain your cover, I could take the soldiers and declare who we really are at the palace and see if I can get in.
I can't imagine that my men would help you with that endeavor, so that sounds good. Maybe I can learn more about this Eidolon threat in Cowl. If that maybe, do you think that they've actually gained a foothold there, unlike everywhere else where they're just
Well,
trouble?
the people at the, I don't know what it's called, the landing bay, the dock,
Air Doc.
It kind of suggested that they were influencing the leader, so I'm not sure. It might be a similar situation to what was going on, unless their helium just accelerated a bit.
Okay. Yes, I think that still keeping us as separate groups makes the most sense.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so I think I'm going to tell my little group of guards that we're blowing our cover. We're going official here, and
All right.
and we're going to go to the palace and introduce ourselves.
All right.
I'm going to follow through with my original plan, even though it seems like it's not going to work now. I'm going to have the guys go out asking around, and like it worked so quickly and so well last time. I'm like, it has to work again. So
Okay.
so I'll stay here at the bar basically as a point of contact and send all my other men out trying to run down Dorsum or
Okay.
any clues as to where he may be. That's what I'll spend my time doing.
All right. So you're heading. So Lukas is heading to the palace.
Yep, and I'm just going to try to remind these guardsmen that are also not good actors that we're not pretending to be anyone anymore. You are representatives of you're representatives of your Jed, and you need to comport yourselves appropriately.
Right. Yeah, they weren't very convincing. They still appeared obviously as Helium Red Guard, but they were trying. They were trying for you. Yeah. So they've attached all their identification and emblems. So yeah, or reading as Helium Red Guard as you approach the palace.
And you said we were given some kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, you have official
letters of
documentation.
introduction or something.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you'll be able to prove who you are.
Excellent. Yep, going to the palace.
Okay. All right. So you're received at the palace by a small group who examines your paperwork and so who among so it's you and the 6 Red Guard are the group.
It's 4 of them. I left 2 at the ship.
Oh, it's 4. That's right. All right. So they escort you into the palace and ask you to wait here, to wait at this kind of receiving area for a moment.
Did it look like super locked down, or
the palace itself was no, it didn't seem to be heavily. You didn't notice aside from this welcoming committee, you didn't notice any guard around the palace at all.
Oh.
And
okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty open for compared to what you saw in the streets, kind of the military preparation. It doesn't look like the palace is locked down at all. And the party disappears and has you wait for a moment.
They did say he was in hiding, right? Not that he was like, so like he may be off site. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. He's the word is that the information you know is that he's hiding with his loyal guards and nobles.
Oh, so I might be not talking directly to him. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So yeah, he is in hiding and injured as well. That's right. He was injured. He was wounded in the assassination attempt. It didn't take his life, but he was wounded. All right. So you're escorted into an audience chamber by the small reception group of red Martians, and as the doors close behind you, you see that the room is basically filled with Eidolon red masks, and where you would see filled as in maybe there's a dozen gold masks. Sorry, Eidolon gold masks, and there is a red Martian that's bound and looks quite beaten. That is being held right at the where the throne for the Jed would where the Jed would be, where you would expect the Jed to be seated. You're seeing a beaten what looks to be just a regular guardsman a red Martian there.
Okay, how many Eidolon are here?
About a dozen. So about two groups of 6. So you walked
immediately as soon as I see that, I turn to the guardsman and tell one of them, "Go find Za Goren and tell him what's going on here."
All right.
And I look at the others and like, draw your weapons.
So yeah, we walk right into a palace that seems to be abandoned and now occupied by a group, a warband of Eidolon.
This tart ale is good. I'll have another.
Oh shit!
All right. So so you get the first action. Yeah. So there is so there seems to be the there's a guard or there's appears to be like a captain or a more elite that actually has the prisoner, and then there's a 2 groups of 6 of the gold masks that are there. So it looks like they were in the midst of or they had maybe just finished some kind of interrogation of this red Martian.
Well, I will draw a sword and pistol and demand in the name of Mor's Kajak that they drop their weapons and surrender.
Oh, all right. Do you want to try an intimidation, like do a social attack to try to create some fear? And all right, let's do that.
I believe in you.
I'm glad someone does.
You can do it.
All right.
Fighting and dying in the forest is starting to look good.
Okay.
So we're talking like cunning.
Yeah, cunning.
Might or
sure, yeah, might or passion. Well, I guess insults. Yeah, insults would be passion, and then threats or intimidation would be might.
Okay,
whichever.
I'm definitely trying to intimidate them.
Okay.
So that is a 16. Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh, I gotta get the stats out for how.
And momentum's the one you can spend after the roll, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can spend after to keep adding, either adding d20s or adding damage.
Oh, that is a 1 and a 2, and
right.
I accidentally. Every time I want to click on my dice to look at them, I roll another. I roll another die by accident.
Yeah, I saw the results pop up. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, 1 and a 2, so that's 4, right?
That's 4, right? Yes, that's you've already got 4 successes. Yeah, so you'll be able to you'll be able to spend quite a bit. So let's see.
Because you can just spend momentum to take guys out, right? Can't you?
Yeah. One of the momentum spends is just to.
Even when you're just yelling at them?
Yeah, even in social attacks, because it will confuse them. It'll do the same thing.
Okay.
It'll they'll instead of going down to a blade, they'll go down to fear or confusion, so they would flee. Or attack spends. Yeah, dispatch a minion. 1 point dispatches 1 additional minion. So beyond the first. Okay, so let's roll for them.
Is there any way to affect the leader?
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you were, so let's see. Let me take a look at this.
You need to run in there yelling at a Matt, and then you disappear into the crowd with your ability. You're gone.
Oh, trust me, if this doesn't work out, I'm disappearing.
All right. So the yeah, so you will be able with that. Let me roll for. I guess we should have determined who you were targeting. I guess it's going to be just in general. So you've got there's 12 minions basically that you can have your choice of, but you can also go directly against the leader. So the captain or the elite guard that's leading them. He has stress. These guys are just he's a monster, so he has stress. So you'll have to wear wear him down. So you wouldn't be able to take him down probably with a single attack, but then you'll have 12 incoming attacks to deal with. So the strategy may be to thin the herd before going directly after the leader.
So he's
a lot more durable.
He has like stress and can take afflictions and all that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. So he won't be instantly even with as well as you rolled, just that single attack is not going to disable him.
All right. Well, yeah, in that case I will. How many momentum did I, or you have to roll, huh?
Yeah, let me roll and see. I mean, if they roll insanely well, let me make sure. So fanatic loyalty.
That's
they do have fanatic
trait.
So they'll roll 3, but this will be for I guess I'll do. Yeah, I'll just do all of them. All of the. So this is the reaction for all of the minions to that attack, and then one more. So whoa. Okay, so they have only 2 successes. So you beat them, and you have 2 momentum because that was 4, right? You had 4, so total successes. So they have 2.
I would like to combine that with my other momentum and just do 5, give 5 of them.
Okay, that works. Okay, so you can take out 5 of the 12. Yeah, so one of the groups, and basically this intimidation just creates fear, and one of the groups almost completely scatters. So there are so you're left only with 7.
All right,
7 of the minions. So they flee the chamber because they don't. They've never seen a Jasumian, and this is very. They're very worried about what you're capable of.
Oh yeah, I should have thrown in a bound in there to spice it up a little.
Right. But the Eidolon captain seems to be holding strong, and he kind of lifts a prisoner that was seated in the throne, and kind of puts a point of his sword against his neck. All right. Oh, and also there's your guards actually can have an opportunity. Why don't you roll for them as well? Because if you order them to advance, you might be able to get rid of a lot of this threat. Or get rid of a lot of this.
What am I rolling?
For these guys, just over
there. Stall them for 20 minutes, Matt, and I'll be right there.
Just finish your drink and your dinner, and watering your throat.
Cunning and daring, and the red guard. Cunning and daring, 10. So you're rolling a 10, and they have loyalty until death. Oh, but yeah, serve their Jed or Jeddak. Well, they are. They're serving under your order. So yeah, give them a bonus D20 because these are your word is basically the word of the Jed. Yeah, so you're rolling 10s and
with 3D20.
With 3D20.
All right, let's do this, guards. Oh, they smoked it. They got 2 1s.
Oh, nice. All right.
And 1 fail.
All right. So and yes, this is physical attack. So these guys will just. The remaining minions will just resist it the normal way. Oh, but they're still fanatic though, so they'll get 3 as well. But they will. Their defense.
Oh, they got a 20. That probably doesn't affect them.
Oh yeah, so they literally had no successes. So yeah, you can. So that's gonna be pretty brutal. So yeah, you've got all that. So you just needed the one to successfully attack. So that remaining momentum you can add as damage dice.
Yes.
So once you go ahead and roll, so there's 3 of them left. Yeah, you sent one away, so there's 3 of them left. So roll. They've got swords, right? So 6 d6s.
66s. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm looking for 1s, 2s, 5s, and 6s, right?
Oh yeah.
So I got a 1 and a 6.
Yeah, 5s and 6s.
So I got 3 5s and 6s and 2 1s and 2s.
Wow, yeah. So your red, just 3 red guard.
That's 8 damage. Yeah.
They are able to dispatch. Nice roll. Yeah, they're able to dispatch easily dispatch the remaining soldiers. So yeah, it's now just you in a face-off with this last elite gold mask.
Are we able to parlay at all after?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Out his group.
Yeah. So he doesn't attack. So he's just threatening the prisoner, and you definitely can verbally, you can kind of socially work this out.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna tell my guards to hold their blades for a moment and look at him and say, "Don't be a fool. You've seen what we can do. Give us the man and you can leave."
All right. Yeah, so if you want to...
He doesn't know you're lying.
Right.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get killed. You can't suffer zealots to live.
Yeah, so why don't you roll intimidation again and see what kind of effect?
So, cunning and might?
Yes.
Oh, that's the good one. Bam, bam. Oh. Well, no, it's still good.
Oh, and you get one more, just because you're being backed up, by the amazing performance of the Red Guard. Roll one more d20.
Elite dudes.
Yes, yeah, that was very intimidating. Elite guys, what are you doing?
All right, well, that's still really good because it's four successes.
Yes,
but
right.
one complication.
But a 20, yeah.
Yes, a 20. Let's see here. So, so yeah, and that was a social attack, right? So yeah, he'll need to roll to resist the intimidation. Okay, so just do his, and he's not under direct orders of anybody. Protecting organization. Oh, resisting. Okay, yeah. So he will get one bonus d20 though, because he is resisting. He's fighting for his cause still. Stirring in passion. Okay, so 10. So he'll get 3, and he's trying to roll under a 10. Oh, which he does, but nothing. He's got three successes.
Ooh.
What did you have, Matt? 4?
Yeah, I had 4, okay. But a complication.
That's right. So, and actually, sorry, that would have been to kind of have that situation happen. That would have cost me. So my threat is down. So actually, yeah, because I did that, let me. I'll just take that complication as momentum. So I went down to 4 and then came back up to 6. So the complication will just generate threat. But I would have had to spend that threat to kind of pull this rug out from under you.
Cool.
Even when you don't give him threat, you give him threat, man. Always giving him threat.
It's just in my nature.
So you did win. You won. So you have 1 momentum, and you can roll. And I guess the social attacks. What would be the damage on that? I guess just 2d6 for how much stress you're going to put on him.
Is this going at him as like confusion or fear? Or?
Yeah, so intimidation would probably be fear. Yeah, because you rolled might. Yeah, might and cunning.
All right, you said 2d6?
Yes, those would be coming at him.
I got a 1 and a 3. Threes are bad, right?
Right.
these
Yeah.
are blanks.
Yeah. One is a. One is a one
Is
damage.
one
Though. So
damage.
So he's got a fear. So he
Uh,
was a little intimidated, but still holding strong. That the his belief in the cause is quite strong.
Keep flexing on him, Matt.
This is why we always put the fanatics on the front line, because we want them to be mowed down.
Right.
Problems we have the wrong guy in there. See, you're trying to meet his fanaticism with like logic. You meet someone in there just yelling and screaming at him. So you understand.
Right. All right. So he yeah. So the guard holding his prisoner says the Eidolon cause. We are strong. We are legion. We will own this planet. And he gestures towards slitting the prisoner's throat even more. But he doesn't take the action yet. But he appears to be preparing to kill the prisoner.
We will take this planet. He just said this quiet part out loud.
Yes. It's getting pretty bold.
Is the person he's holding a knife to awake and struggling?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. He's pretty. He's bound and he's pretty injured. So he won't be much use in a fight, but he's conscious still.
Talk him down, Matt. Talk him down.
I sent that guy away, but that like literally just happened.
Right. So yeah, you can if you want to doll if you want to spend I think you want
to move into like a stall.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know I'm sorry, I don't remember Skoma's name when she was a yellow Martian.
Oh sure. She was the Lady Dalvora.
Okay, I'm gonna just turn my threatening demeanor to a sly smile and motion for the guards to lower their weapons.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Listen, just between us, I'm here as an envoy of Lady Dalvora. You know what that means.
Oh, nice. So let's see. Interesting. Well, if you want to spend, do you have 2 momentum?
I have a momentum.
Momentum. Okay.
I have luck. I would happily give a luck if that's going to move this.
You can always. Can you give him a threat for this too?
Yeah. Right. So yeah, if you spend the luck, so 2 momentum or a luck, you can delay this.
I will spend the luck.
Okay, you can delay this until Za and his men arrive. So the one red guard and the 7 green Martians, or however many Za decides to bring with him.
I think they were out on the streets. It might just be me and like one.
That's right.
I had them out doing stuff. So
that's right. Okay. Yeah. So a red guard and Za and a green Martian return. Yes.
I don't really know what I'm going to do that's different than what you're doing, but I'm here now.
Well, when I see you, I'll get kind of a cocky smile and like, Za. This Eidolon fool is defying the orders of Lady Dalvora, much like that fellow in Greater Helium that we had to rip into pieces. He refuses to surrender the prisoner. I'm just making up shit now.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of how Za is like, what's happening?
Damn Damn it! It's more of that amateur acting stuff.
Yeah, I've developed a small level of bluff, and that's all I can. So we're like in a room, right? Show up and we're in a room, type of a thing.
Yes, yeah. You're in the audience chamber, and there's just the bodies of Eidolon, defeated Eidolon, scattered around. So a dozen bodies, and yeah. So you see this captain who appears to be the captain of the guard holding this prisoner at sword point.
I'll gesture for the whatever random green Martian is with me to like go to one of the back door where they probably run deeper into the building to like block it, and then I'll just kind of take a step forward and do what I do all the time and just try to be scary and tell them put down the small one or be rendered in half.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then so I don't even have a sword out. I'm just flexing and trying to look big.
Oh, nice. All right.
Probably rend in half, not rendered in half. Escape. You understand what I was trying to say.
Yes. Okay, so why don't you do that? Yeah, the cunning and might, a social attack, and see how that hits them.
Let's see.
Good luck, big green fella.
Well, I got 2 successes. I should have
spent
a luck.
You get any bonuses for being huge and or outnumbered?
Oh yeah, this is true. Outnumbering. Let's see. Well, if you want to give him a D20 for this this effort, to just kind of back him up. Yeah. So you can assist in this intimidation. So if Von Klümt is looking is backing up this threat, then roll an extra D20 for this.
I stand behind everything he says.
Yeah. Okay, that's 4 successes. Woo.
Oh, nice. All right.
Rawr, rawr.
Okay, so he's got a 9. So let's see. Nothing. Oh, okay. So that's 4. So 1 success, and then you've got 3 momentum, and then roll 2d6 for the damage of the how much fear you're going to create, and then you can add dice to that with momentum as well.
Okay, I'll spend some momentum here. Oh, come on. Momentum spend. There we go. That's better. I'll spend my last momentum I just generated, and that gives me nothing. All right. I lost the number. Okay. That is... See, the 3s and the 4s don't do anything. Looks like that's 3 damage, probably? That's 4. So I don't know what a 6 does in this case.
No, the 6. Yeah, the 6 with fear will just give. Yeah, we'll give that an additional point of damage. So that's 4. Okay, so so he is. He is definitely. He actually. You see that your words have had a big effect, and he's actually considering his own personal survival in this situation, and he lowers the blade of the sword, but doesn't retreat or do anything else to the prisoner. So yeah, that was pretty big fearful effect.
I'll keep approaching, just very practically, and like put my hand out like I expect him to hand me the sword.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to ready my pistol while he's doing that.
Oh, all right. Good. So the so the captain's kind of keeping eyes on you. Doesn't take any more action, but go ahead. So this will be kind of the next round. So go ahead, and if you want to try to grapple him, or you want to try to take a shot at him, go ahead. Yeah.
If he doesn't look like he's if he isn't completely stepping down, I'll grab the blade out of his hand, basically, or grab his hand with the blade, basically.
Okay. So that would be what, like a might and
daring?
Daring, yeah. Might and daring would be a strong physical, like a grappling kind of unarmed physical attack. And he'll.
Ooh, I should have spent luck again ahead of time. I always forget to do that.
Oh, right.
I got a success, no momentum. Oh.
Okay.
Give him
20.
a threat.
Oh, you can give threat. Yeah, that's right.
Can I wait to see what his result is? No, I'll give you a threat and do this. That's fine. And I bumped the other dice, but I don't think we're going to count that.
Okay. Okay.
That's 2 momentum.
All right. Okay, and he's rolling. Physical defense. So. Okay, so 10. There we go. 1. Yeah, 1 success. It just barely. All right. So yeah, he's got 1 success, and you had 2.
I had 3 successes, 2 momentum.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you beat him and have those 2 momentum to play with as far as damage, or if you're only trying to disarm him, if you want to hurt him, or if you're just trying to disarm him, because he has no physical damage at this point.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to take the sword away from him.
Okay. All right. So just spend the 1 momentum, and I think that's all you need to disarm him. Create an opportunity. Yeah. Yes. Improve the quality of the success. Yeah. Just spend so if you don't want to do any damage in the attack, just spend a momentum, and you can disarm.
Excellent. I will do that.
Okay. All right. And if you want to...
Actually, can I then spend momentum to punch him?
Yeah.
Even though I know I didn't want to hurt him right now, but now that I have the sword for sure.
Yeah, or subdue him. You can like grapple him if you want to hit him, or if you want to...
Oh yeah, I guess we want to question him. Yeah, I'll try to grapple him.
Okay.
So I'll spend that momentum to make basically another... Oh, that's only on defense, huh? Can I also grapple him? Like, what do you want me to... Should I wait till next round? Maybe I should just wait till next round and see what happens.
Yeah, you disarm him and hold on to that momentum because also Lukas has an action too. So go ahead. What is Lukas going to do? Von Klümt is going to...
I mean, if things went bad, he was going to shoot the guy, but it doesn't seem like things are going bad.
Okay.
So the prisoner is like on the ground now or something, or
he's let go. He lowered the sword and when he was disarmed, kind of let go of the prisoner. He's slumped back into the throne basically. I guess since he's not being held up anymore. So yeah, he's right. You could easily bound and.
I will yell. I'll yell to the guards, "Follow me!" and then I'll jump over.
Okay, all right.
And try to start untying him.
Okay, so give me so for a heroic jump and just in case there could be any complications, just do something like a daring and might or daring and passion, whichever.
Don't forget, I rolled that 20.
You had it. Oh, okay.
With
That's
disarm.
right.
We forgot all about that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, there was a 20 in the disarm. Okay, so you were able to disarm him. Oh, that's right.
Maybe
so
you grab the blade and hurt yourself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I grabbed it by the blade and yanked it out of his hand.
Cutie blade. Ow, that hurts.
Yeah, the complication is just supposed to slow you down. I don't think I can actually do injury. Let's see. What's a good situation? Actually, so when he this is gonna kind of screw up. I don't want to screw up, but Von Klümt is already doing well. No, this works out okay. So you disarm him, and he releases the prisoner, and the prisoner was able to. He's a little bit more. He's I can't think of a non-Japanese word for this. He's doing better than you thought. He's more in less of a disabled condition, and he actually starts to try to head behind the throne and toward a rear exit of the chamber. So he starts to flee.
What was the Japanese word for that?
Genki. That's the like genki. Yeah, if you're healthy or doing better than you thought, yeah, genki.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the stupid word that everybody always says. And now it's replaced all English words now, so I can't even when I'm speaking English, I'll say genki.
I like that word. That's good.
Yeah, it's
Straight up genki.
All right. Yeah, so that's a good complication. So the just to slow you guys down, the prisoner starts to flee. He doesn't know the outcome, and he doesn't know, exactly who you guys are, and is not sure. So he just flees.
So like I jump over there and he's running away.
Yeah, but he won't be he won't be totally out of your reach. But yeah, you jump towards him, but you won't be able to try to get a hold of him or unsecure him on this turn. But yeah, you're right behind him.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't want to screw up what you were doing too much, but yeah, a little complication for the whole party.
Oh, that's cool.
Would be good. Okay. So so you have a disarmed guard. So I guess he's going to have to resist. So he'll get an action this run, and because he doesn't have a weapon, he's just going to swing at.
That's adorable.
Swing at Za. And see, and he'll use his
I'm just gonna
fanatic
punch this monster.
fanaticism. Yeah, he's
No offense,
Again.
and daring. Okay, so he's on an 11, but he'll have an extra die because of his fanatic loyalty, deadly resolve. 11 though. Yeah. Okay. So he's got one. Yeah, just one success. So do you want to roll? Roll defense for Za for maybe daring and passion.
Sure. Sounds good to me. I'll
make one success.
I got a success.
Okay. Yeah. So that. So he tries to strike at you, but yeah, one of your arms completely blocks his blow. It's completely ineffective. All right.
You're like holding him at arm's length, by the head, like big brother move,
All right. So, next round, so you can decide. Oh, and do you want to instruct? You do have still the Red Guard. Is there anything you want them to do? The Green Martian. And
I told them to follow me before I bound.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, so they're right behind you then. They can't quite keep up, but yeah, they're behind you in the pursuit of the
cool
of the prisoner.
I think Za's got that, so I'll have them follow me.
Okay. All right. So what's Za gonna do?
I just start berating him. I tell him, your religion's a lie. You're acting like a child.
Oh, all right.
And I'm going to force him down, but what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to emotionally browbeat him into this pathetic attempt at fighting me.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You've got him pretty high on his fear track. So if you want to do another intimidation,
sure,
with cunning and might.
Cunning and might.
You're like half Klingon, half Vulcan. It's awesome.
All right.
Hey, that's 2 success. That's a momentum, 2 successes.
Oh, great. Okay. So he'll roll his resist passion empathy. Oh, it's only a 9. Oh, you got a 2. Oh, so we're tied. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you got a 2.
I'm out of momentum. I don't have any way to. Oh no, I still have 1 left. I will spend my last momentum.
Okay. Yeah. Roll that.
And it's going to be a 19 when it finishes doing its thing.
Oh.
What's going on?
Yeah. So your words. He's sticking hard to his resolve and fanatic devotion to Eidolon has helped him resist this berating. But you still have him. Yeah, you still have him pretty subdued. He might try to flee or take another swing at you. But what is von Klümt doing?
Trying to, with the help of the soldiers, hopefully trying to catch this guy that is being silly running away from him.
Sure. Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and he's just panicking and running blindly, and he's got his arms are bound, so he's not doesn't have great balance, so he's gonna not be doing well. So go ahead and roll a maybe daring and might again to try to overtake him and
daring and might. Okay. Not my best thing, but here we go. Couple 11.
Oh, nice.
Does exactly the lowest stat?
I believe it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's 4 then.
Oh, nice. Okay, so he is just going to resist daring and passion. So that's 10. Oh. God damn. But he's got 4 as well.
What? What?
Geez. Yeah, he rolled. He got 4 successes as well. So, but it's tied. So you still succeed unless I spend a threat. No, you succeed. We'll just do that.
I was gonna say I'd be happy to use my witty repartee to
right.
to slip in like, "You fool, we're here to save your life," kind of.
All right. Yeah. So, you're able to just barely. He's seems very desperately running. Trying to run out, but he's confused and doesn't quite know which direction to go. Gives you just enough chance to catch up with him. So yeah, you just with that success, you completely apprehend him. Like what's the word? You subdue him, and you can bring him back.
Okay, I'm gonna
with the help of the guards.
With the help of the guards, I'm gonna keep him secure and try to explain to him that we're here to help him. We're not part of the Eidolon. He doesn't need to run from us.
You're from Helium. Oh, thank God.
Are you?
This
Max
yes.
Dorsum?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm Max Dorsum. I had to flee. I had to flee the city for my life. I unfortunately witnessed the advisor of the Jed consorting with these Eidolon monsters, and the other people that were involved that also witnessed this have been murdered. So you've saved me just in time. Please let's return to Helium and out of this infested city.
Calm yourself. Where is Thuvan Din?
I don't know. Shortly after I arrived in the city, an Eidolon assassin tried to take his life, and he's been in secret hiding. I have no idea. I was captured shortly thereafter by the Eidolon, and have been and they tried to interrogate me as to the location of Kalthoris, the only other surviving witness of this meeting between Helium's advisor and the Eidolon.
All right, we'll walk him back over to Za.
Okay. All right, they
have a real big problem here, Za, but I feel like it's sort of something we can't address right now.
All right, so
I'm gonna keep yelling at this guy and drag him over to one of the corpses of his companions. I'm still trying to get him to break.
Right. Okay.
Like mopping up the blood with him.
Yeah. Just like push him down. Like look at what your false god and beliefs have earned your companions. Your only chance of redemption is to tell us the truth. Tell us what your plans are here. Tell us where Skolma is.
All right. So why don't you do one more? Well, actually, he would have gotten an action. Let's Yeah, he's going to try to first. He's going to try to break away from you. So he'll just do a bare, maybe daring and might. So it's a 10. He'll try to escape.
Okay.
So let's just do an opposed. He's rolling 10s, and I guess he'll do 3 because he's relying on his fanaticism. Oh boy. Okay. So I've got 3 successes. So
when did you start rolling good? Come on.
I know what's going on. These guys are fanatic.
All right, I'll spend a point of luck.
Oh, good. Okay.
And then, I didn't think about what the stats were I was trying to roll on. I'm doing. Let's see. It's to try to hold on to him because he's trying to get out.
Yeah. To try to
might and.
Yeah, might and empathy or whatever. Whatever a good stat.
Good. Yeah, we'll go might and empathy. That's
okay.
So in which case, I got 4 successes.
Oh, good. Okay. So yeah, you have subdued him then, so he wasn't able to. So take a point of momentum, and you have secured. You've secured him, and so if you want to break him, I mean, he's not going anywhere. If you want to completely disable him, so he's like unable to. So he's like totally broken in fear.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that, but you have physical control of him, so you wouldn't have to do that.
That's fine. I'm still going to drag him over there and give him my speech and yell at him, rub his face and the corpses of his
okay
stupid companions.
All right. Yeah. So you subdued him, but he still is mentally resisting. So he's I believe in the Eidolon cause. We shall inherit this planet.
Ugh.
He's still
let's bind him up really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna have to take him back as a prisoner.
Yeah, that's probably that may help. He might work as a witness.
Seems like the Jeds of Helium should be concerned if there's a war breaking out.
You would think. I wonder if the Jed is even leading this, or if the Eidolon have been pulling the strings on this end secretly.
Like getting the two sides to fight each other?
Maybe.
It could be. Could be. But I think we take him back to our Jed with our witness.
Yes. I'm going to assume that I rode Sashi over here to try to get here quicker, so we'll just take him out and hog tie him, arms and race around the waist of the throat so he can't move or anything. So it's really ridiculous and embarrassing as much as possible. In my mind, he's embarrassed because of what's going on, but I'm sure he's just being a crazy cultist. But
if we go back outside the palace, we see like no guards anywhere, no soldiers or.
Yeah, as you make your way out, so many of them fled, and they don't seem to be around. So yeah, you don't see any sign of anyone, and even that strange welcoming party is nowhere to be seen.
So weird.
So they've seemed to have retreated.
Should we look for the Jed quickly while we're here?
Yeah, I guess. Why don't we march back through town, gather up your people, and hopefully we'll find some soldiers while we're doing that?
Most of the soldiers are here now, right? Well, there's 2 on the ship. The rest are all here.
Oh no, I meant their soldiers, like
the ones in the
local guys.
No, that sounds good. All right, absolutely. Let's go.
All right, that's what we're doing.
All right. Okay, so you're headed back through the streets. So, So, what's your goal? Like, where are you headed?
Well, I mean, ultimately, you get back to the ship, but first we need to gather up.
Actually, why don't we go back to the ship, secure him on the ship, and then I'll go gather my men. That way, we're not dragging him. Because who knows how many other Eidolon are around?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Ton and his people are out there up to skullduggery too, so I gotta find them.
Good point.
Right. Okay, so you're going to secure the
Do you want to
witness.
look for
Yeah.
Ton while you're out there, and I'll guard this guy?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
In fact,
so
why don't you take off and meet us outside the city like we did last time?
Okay.
We'll meet you outside the gate. That way there's less chance. You can stay up in the air. Less chance that people will mess with
Yeah.
you.
We'll meet you at the Yakety Smack Southern Gate.
All right.
Yakety smack. It's a beautiful gate.
All right. All right,
Okay.
that's what we'll do. We'll secure our prisoner and our witness.
Okay.
In order to tell the newly promoted captain that we're going to fly to the other side of the Southern Gate and wait for Za and Ton and their people.
Okay, so you so with you is your four the Red Guard, the witness, the Eidolon captain.
Should be all the Red Guard because the other guard were on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, so you brought everybody from the ship? Everyone? Okay.
Well, I went back to the ship, so I've got all the guardsmen now in one place on the ship.
Okay. Oh, so we're not at the ship yet.
Yeah.
So
Going back to the ship.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Going back to the ship. So you got the four guardsmen, the witness, the captain. Okay, and then Za is going to round up the thieves, right? The group that was sent
and
that
the
was
other,
out in the
and
city.
the other green Martians.
And the green sky. Okay. So as von Klümt and the guard approach the ship, the 7 threat suddenly
Keep stalling, Matt. Keep stalling.
And
whoa,
you don't,
all
you don't-
7?
yes, you don't notice any anyone, any of the crew or the pilot or anything. And as you approach the ship on the landing pad, a detonation goes off, and the entire ship is explodes on the landing pad. So you may be stranded for a little while in Tar.
Captain No Name.
Yes.
We knew
yeah,
you well.
Yeah, Von Klümt falls to his knees, does his best, like, what's that? Oh, it's from Platoon, where he's like, got his hands in the air and shit's exploding behind him. No!
Yeah, the airship that you were you arrived on, it was the Eidolon have detonated it. So
I just promoted that guy.